Look at the way he's got his nose curled. He's just smelling that cow's urine. I mean, it's what you want. You want a bull. You want a bull that likes a cow. You don't want a bull that likes a bull. You want a bull that likes a cow. Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, the day came when Big Tyson had to hit the road, head up to the Marlette Express, also known as the Marlette Stockyard. Had Tyson for about a year, had him up here breeding the main cows for about 9 months. Put a ring in his nose, calmed him down, but he was starting to get mean, starting to get ornery, so we kind of shuffled him in the old trailer and set him up there. Actually ripped that nose ring out. That's usually a good sign when it's time for them to go. Found his nose ring, him bleeding a little bit, then I found it laying over here in the holding area. He's been a good bull, kind of short, never did get real tall. Probably still got some growing left, but yeah, here, found it laying right here. This is where all the cows lay and get corralled. Sounds like we got a cow in heat right now. Windy, cold, blistery day. The warm spell's about over. It's rained for about 3 days. Yeah. Here's my main bull here. She's a full-on heat right now. There's Big Red getting ready to breed her. Now, you remember when he came in? He was kind of gangly and skinny. Well, now he's tall, big, and bad. He's really taking charge now that Tyson's hit the road. Leave a comment down below what you think he weighed, Tyson, because I'll call my friends up there at the stockyards and find out what he weighed in at. He's kind of shorter, that little black guy, but he was stocky. He had a rump on him as we were walking in. I said, he's a little fat, his butt is. He's a little round sucker. So I'm thinking he's probably close to 1,800 pounds. Beef's been selling pretty high right now, so that's going to be a nice little payday. I'm going to run us down to the dry cow lot, and I'll show you the new one I just got. He looks pretty good. It's just except he's got some little horns we're going to have to cut off. But nonetheless, let's get in here and watch these guys for a second. So yeah, there's Big Red, big, tall Holstein bull. Yeah, we like using bulls because they're working for you 7 days a week, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., through the night. I mean, it just works real well. Well, hang on a second, young lady. Had good luck managing them. Like you said, you got to move them in and out. I've only had them for a year, but I got good connections on how to get them. We've got a heifer in here getting ready to calve, taking a poop right on her hay. We got some dry hay in here, water, and some corn silage. She's probably going to calve next couple days. I'm going to take us down the dry cow lot, though, and show you that bull and show you how we're feeding down there and how it looks. But cold, blistery, spitting day, 3rd day of rain in a row. Yeah, he snapped this off. That's brass. I got 2 more on order. I'm going to bring this new bull up. Oh, in a few weeks, I got the hoof trimmer coming. We'll put him in the chute, nub on his get them horns ground down, and put a ring in his nose. But Tyson, I wanted to make sure I got him on the camera because it was the last day we were going to see him. He did good for us, but all good things come to an end. I got to keep cycling. He was the meanest one here. You know, they just bulls. They just get mean. You got to watch them. Yeah, these cows are kind of fired up with this. Very windy out today. Looking pretty good. Got a nice little shine on them. That's a younger heifer there. Another younger heifer. She's kind of scruffy, but she's getting cleaned up. Shedding that, getting her winter coat on. Number 66. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we had a herd vet check a couple days ago. Dr. Goobert, 75 years old. We kind of rounded him up and put him in the holding area. Didn't do too bad. Checked 25. Got half of them bred. Normally I'm about 75%, but like Doc would say, you know, you had a cold January, just through the winter, overcast like this for the last 3-4 days. Yeah, look at these cows. They're out there playing and rumping around. You know, he's like, you're going to have a hard time getting them bred right now. And he's like, and some cows just won't get bred. You know, he's like, you guys are doing good, but nonetheless, I'm getting them a check every month. So, and here's another bull I just brought up. He needs a ring in his nose. He's a little small. He was down at the dry cow lot. I got some big heifers down there and dry cows pushing everybody around. So he was a little, he needs to put some weight on. But for the most part, he's got a nice head. He's in there smelling the cow's private section right now, and he's kind of sniffing that nose. He ain't kind of a pervert like Tyson was. But he's got a nice straight back. He's kind of a unique looking bull. Real dark red on the neck. Then he lightens up. It's kind of dark in here, guys. You can't see, but he needs to put some weight on, pack on the protein, get some muscle on. But the thing is about a bull is they will. Because the way I'm feeding them, they're eating that TMR. He'll put the weight on real quick. So there's your Tyson update. We're gonna go in these heifer barns, shut a couple doors up. Got all my stalls filled up in this warm stretch. I kind of would like it to get cool again and freeze up. Look at this drive. Look like we've gotten some rain, plus all that frost was coming out of the ground. 1-2 punch on us. She's soft, but we got to get her bladed out. I think I'll do that tonight, because if it does freeze, you don't want it like that, man. You'll be breaking axles on stuff. Fed these girls a bucket of that grain out of that 5th silo. Then we cleaned the pen. You see how calm and relaxed they are in here. That bale does a perfect job bedding this. And then they'll get the dry hay. They're munching, but I'm gonna shut these back roll-up doors, and then I'll probably leave the fronts open through the night. So, I mean, it's only going down to 28, 27, but it's been a low of 40. Same thing with this barn. We cleaned this pen yesterday. Pretty comfortable. There's that cow still bellowing that's in heat. They get whopped right up when they're in heat. And then we clean this pen. So 2 pens cleaned today. And you see how clean these heifers are? Sometimes if you look at farms and they have them in basically it's like a bed pack. They'll have a bunch stuck on their legs. Well, we clean these so often. I mean, they're not perfect. They're not like the milk cows, but they're some of the cleaner heifers that you're gonna find. That's because my dad and my brothers they're just anal about keeping stuff clean. Because when you're cleaner, you're healthier. Hey, you remember that old saying? When you look good, you feel good. Same concept. I'm in this main holding area when they get milked here. I'm just gonna shut this up, kind of lock it in. It's getting blustery out there. All right, girls, see you in a little bit. Heading down the dry cow lot. It's about a mile from the main farm. Main farm's right there, and dry cow lot's up the road. Dry cow lot. Haven't been down here in a while. My brother Mark takes care of it. Reason why it's down here, it's a mile. Grandpa bought this place. I've got to do a timeline for you guys, but I think it's 1960, and this was a farm where there was cattle and they milked. Silo. So when he took it over, you know, facilities were in. Well, shelter, feed. There used to be a feed room here. You kind of see it the way that comes down on that steel. So it made sense just to utilize it. Well, just up until last year, we used this silo. And you've seen as you're coming around, you see how pitted that is. She's seen better days. It's a rough silo. I was trying to talk to him about getting away from it. This has got the stave chute even, which is probably older than yet. Well, and instead of, you know, when we first started, I first started doing videos. I mean, this is talking 2019. We had a Kelly conveyor and running that way. Look at that wind kicking, man, which would be good. It'll maybe dry this up a little bit. Kelly conveyor out to an old auger. You remember how them augers worked, like a screw. Finally got rid of that, and I said, we'll do just a direct dump. Just put a chute in there and scoop it up here and dump it in the feed bunks. That worked for a couple years. You've seen me doing that if you guys have followed me long enough. But after this thing got so pitted, and I remember climbing up here. Now we're gonna be able to look in this thing, and then we're gonna see if we, well, you can't really see it too well from here, but I'm not kidding you. When I would be at the top cranking this up, I could look in it when it was empty, and I'd see daylight all the way around it. I don't see much today, maybe because it's so overcast. It must have been a sunny day, but I knew the silo was getting bad, and I said, man. And then so we fully switched over to bags, the last of it, 2025, the end of last year, and it's worked out well. There's your bag. You're using the skid steer anyway to scrape up manure and things like that. Got it running every day, feeding Free Choice round bales. That's what they eat: corn silage in these bunks, and then Free Choice hay. Look at that wind. And then we converted this old barn, some free stalls, and we'll take a walk in here. But Jack was down here this morning. Mark's boy, he's 18. Looks like he did a good job. We got a friendly heifer behind us. You scrape the manure there in that corner, and they'll bring the spreader down and they'll spread it out. But that's a good looking hay bale there. Yeah, I used to feed Free Choice second, third cutting bales in my main barnyard up there. Got away from it mainly because of all the waste. I mean, they work. This stuff works. That bale there might be a that's not an overly good one, but that's a good one there. See, there's one of my dry cows there. See, she's even clean down here. For some reason, we got some particular cows they just like to stay clean. But let's head in here. We're looking for that new bull. Oh, shoot, he's in here. He's in here. He's got horns. But yeah, we converted this into stalls here. It's just, I know it's kind of dark today because it's an overcast. We took all the lofts out of here. We made sure all the cross beams were tied together. And you'd be surprised how cool this stays in the summer. Very well ventilated. It's just they need a shelter, and this is exactly that. And they've got a pasture they can go out to. Also, there's another dry cow come walking in. There she is. She looks like she was out in the rain. Here's that bull. There he is, broadside. Look at them horns. They had some bands they put around them. They said they're gonna put some bands on them. They might break them off, but my brother got looking and said, them bands ain't staying on. We're gonna end up having to cut them off. He's a beefy sucker. He's got a little belly on him, but if you look at him, we'll try to get him out there. He's got a straight back. I'm not trying to get too near him. He's never even seen me before. He's smelling that cow right there. Well, that's a heifer. Look at him. Look how straight that back is. He's a bull. He's gonna get out of here. Yeah, he's nudging them cows around with his horns. And that's another reason you cut his horns off. Oh, look at, oh, that's a cow. That's another reason you cut his horns off. But see these free stalls I put in here? Well, we all did, but that's an old telephone pole for a pole. And they really like them. You know, there was nothing in here. If you remember, if you're a really big fan of the show, 4 years ago, I had Lance. One winter we were in here and we redid these. These were all bent and flipped over, and I was embarrassed the heck of it. And I said, you know, remember that I titled the video, the first part of solving a problem is admitting you have a problem. And I admitted it, and then we redid them. And look, they're all laying in there the right way. So sometimes you just gotta don't be embarrassed. Just do what needs to be done. And here's that bull. Okay, them horns, I swear, I think they've grown since I bought them. Yeah, he's not wanting to be by me. He's a little timid. Look at the way he's got his nose curled. He's just smelling that cow's urine. I mean, it's what you want. You want a bull. You want a bull that likes a cow. You don't want a bull that likes a bull. You want a bull that likes a cow. So in a few weeks, we're gonna lock him in that hoof trim and chute, check his feet, saw his horns off, put a ring in his nose, and hopefully he don't break it out. Yeah, he's a beefy little guy. I mean, he ain't no Tyson, but he's young. He's a young bull. And there's a heifer that hasn't been bred yet right there. Yeah, he's a good looking bull. That's a Holstein there, boys. All right, we'll get out of here. I don't want to pee him off. Mason sand waiting to get put in. I wanted to check on this bag. I always had a partial bag down here, but this year we put a bigger one, 10 foot by 250. Last of the chopping. Man, that's some moist stuff. Yeah. And I was afraid of that. Some of these kernels aren't going to be probably nicked because it was getting a little dry. But I'll tell you what, she sure is moist. So yeah, looks like they're doing a pretty good job keeping this bag. They say though, you keep them faces cut off like a bunker. It's fine in the winter, but in the summer, if you keep a flap like that, it'll roll like a greenhouse effect. And it'll actually could mold it because the heat's hitting that plastic and it's creating a bunch of condensation. My nutritionist Steve taught me all that. If you look at my bags, I got all the plastic cut off the face because in the summer it'll get you. But yeah, real quick, I don't know how many of you guys fill silos like this, but you know, you could have been fine for another 5-10 years, maybe longer than that. I don't know. Well, you look down there, you just see how pitted that is. There's a whole inch and a half indented into that block, even right there. For me, just not worth the gamble. I got too many kids, and you got to be around to teach them and take care of them. But that silo, man, she did some work for many years. The Smith Silo Company out of Michigan. They've got a block way up there that they engraved or they made with their name on it, their company name and city. Oxford's probably 40-45 minutes from here. But nothing lasts forever. We're gonna hit the mixer. I might be a little premature blading this out, see how wet it is. But she's going down to 28. And with that wind chill, you're gonna get a crust. So I wanna make sure I don't miss my opportunity. So bad, I thought I'd pre-flatten her out. Right up front. Lift up. Leave a comment. Curious how many of you guys do this. There's that guy's dozer still sitting there. Gonna level them ditch banks. Yeah, this was my first ag bag. I'm all the way down there, just about to the end of her. And it's frost and rain coming out of the ground. Hear that gravel just a grinding. That heat on in here, nice in here. Got the four-wheel drive on. I just clicked it off to turn, but here's the edge of your ag bag pad. That's the corn bag. I've just got into and I'm mixing. Like I got it in road gear, but I don't see one. Load her down and shut her down. And now if it freezes, I'll be in good shape. And if it doesn't, it's just gonna help it drain better. But it's gonna freeze. I think tomorrow night even more so. So that'll just give me a better jump on getting it flattened. Hey, you see the 4050 is gone. I had it sitting here parallel, and Dad, we loaded on a trailer. I think I was at my vasectomy appointment. Those guys always get doing stuff when I'm gone. I think they like it when I'm gone. Loaded it on a trailer and took it up to Kingston. So our mechanic's got it. He's gonna be looking into that. So I got my barn opened up a little more. See, that gravel's trying to get through. Gates are open. Cows are getting locked in to get milked. Getting to be that time. I'm gonna shut the barn up a little bit. You can feel it getting a little chill. There's my buddy. My buddy. Check in on our heifer. Hasn't calved yet, but got a lot of, looks like she's pretty dilated there in the back, so, and she's kind of restless, so we're gonna find out. She may be calving tonight. Big, beautiful, clean cow right here. If you're wondering what that is, that's a foot bath solution. They'll come out of the milking parlor. We've got 3 exit ramps, and they walk through that. Cleans their hoofs off. See how clean her feet are? Keeps to make sure nothing gets backed up, built up in there, and they don't get any warts or anything funky. You ever have a wart between your toes on your toe? I know some of you have. It's uncomfortable. And when a cow's feet are making them feel uncomfortable, all they're gonna do is lay around, not do anything. And we don't want that. We want them moving and grooving, productive, confident, happy, thriving. Guys, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you liked my new bull, as long as we can get his horns cut off. And said goodbye to Mike Tyson Jr. He did a good job for us. Got a little too aggressive on us. Hey, I had a cow we ran in the maternity pen with that big heifer. Had a little bit of slime hanging, but didn't think she was that close. And sure enough, she calved. So just kind of helped give her a little assist there at the end. And we'll have another one to milk tomorrow. Like I said, we're shipping more milk than usual, which is a good thing with these low prices. That helps. Still got Dad Mom's wedding picture out. You see what I found here? I was up in my loft. I was looking for something. I knew Dad and Mom had a 35-year milk plaque, being shipping milk for 35 years. Dad's going to end up hitting 50 years in 3 years if we can keep it together that long. But he had 35 years back in 2014, so I want to get him that plaque. He's going to go to the annual meeting. But I thought I might be able to do another live sit-in in our garage over here. Well, the next couple days, give you a few stories involving a canteen and some things like that. Have a little fun, have a little chat. So let me know, give me a comment down below if you're interested in having another live stream. On that note, guys, take care. See you in the next one. God bless.